Another violent weekend in downtown Indianapolis. A mass shooting Saturday morning left 2 kids dead.
Combined 16 people were shot on Saturday and Sunday. Now, Metro Police prosecutors and community leaders are working to curb that violence.
And new this afternoon, 4 teenagers have been charged with gun crimes, and prosecutors expect more to come.
We have team coverage this afternoon. We start tonight with News 8's Garrett Bergquist. He's downtown for us with those new charges from the prosecutor's office. Garrett.
The teens charged in this first round were not directly involved in the weekend's mass shooting, but the prosecutor says they're another symptom of the same problem.
Court filings show less than 20 minutes before the shooting, IMPD officers tried to stop Vincent Lanking on Washington Street near Monument Circle and the Arts Garden. He ran and threw away a loaded handgun. Lanking is 17 years old, but faces adult charges of dangerous possession of a firearm, resisting law enforcement, and obstructing justice.
One of the allegations is that he had a prior true finding involving dangerous possession of a firearm as a minor or a person less than 18 years of age, and so we were able to direct file that into adult court.
3 more teenagers face juvenile charges. They include a 13-year-old accused of theft of a firearm and possession of marijuana.
And hopefully all of us agree that that's ridiculous and that no good is going to come from a 13-year-old having a gun anywhere, let alone in a major metropolitan area.
Mears says none of the 4 teenagers were directly involved in the mass shooting early Saturday. That shooting left 2 teens dead and 5 more wounded.
We don't have cell phone records yet back. We don't have the social media records back. And perhaps most importantly, we don't have all of the ballistic reports back from all of the guns that were confiscated over the course of the weekend. And so once we get all of that information, I think we'll have a better idea of who we are dealing with and what individuals we need to follow up with.
Mears says cell records might show what parents knew or should have reasonably known. That could lead to criminal charges for them.
It's important that we send a message to young people that if you come downtown with a gun, there is going to be criminal consequences, because hopefully you can deter that type of behavior.
Mears says he will ask the courts to allow him to charge at least one of the other teens involved as an adult as well. As for the mass shooting itself, he says that's still under investigation. He told me to expect a steady stream of charges over the next few days related to everything that happened over the weekend. Live downtown, I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Garrett, thank you so much. Well, News 8's Raina Revel, she spoke with a youth mentor who says that the city needs more than a curfew to fix what's really going on. Raina?
Yes, community leaders are calling for action and accountability. Struggle Made Us is one group who is working daily to stop the violence before it starts. IMPD tells News 8 the issue isn't about staffing. They have officers downtown, but if they pick up juveniles, the only place they can legally take them is Youth and Family Services, and space there is limited. Now they're exploring new community partnerships to help provide more placement options.
Parents, I understand that, finding mentors and community organizations is what people would love to do, but the truth is there's not a lot of us to serve the need for everybody. The first thing I would say is just create a safe space where your child feels comfortable talking to you, and that way kind of what's going on, because it's a lot they're dealing with that we didn't have to deal with.
Aaron Green runs Struggle Made Us, a youth mentorship program. He's been working the past decade to build a safe landing pad for youth without one. He says curfews may remove kids from dangerous situations temporarily, but without structure and support, it doesn't solve the issue.
We need a deeper investment in community organizations. Yeah, you might put cameras downtown, but what happens in Brightwood? What happens on Post Road? What happens in Hallville? If we want real solutions for the whole city, don't just focus on downtown. We need to put some money into getting these kids the resources they need.
City leaders say they're adding more cameras and officers downtown, but Green believes what's missing can't be fixed with surveillance.
But we got to start fixing our own problems ourselves and stop waiting on legislation and government to do different things. We got to figure out how we can help each other and get back kind of to that village type of structure.
Now, Aaron Green says the single most important step to protecting our youth this summer is to actively support those who are doing the work every day in our city. In Indianapolis, I'm Raina Revel for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Raina, thank you. IMPD is clarifying its position on that curfew. In a statement, IMPD says the Indiana state law regarding juvenile curfew is always in effect. When IMPD officers encounter a child out beyond those legal hours, they are authorized to take appropriate action. It goes on to say IMPD cannot carry this burden alone, nor should we. We are committed to working with our partners in the family court, city and state government, and community-based organizations to identify long-term solutions. IMPD says that starts at home.